Welcome. These are the steps in how to use the microfilm reader. First of all, we have different types of microfilm. Microfilm is stored in the cabinets over here. The main film, which includes the full paper, starts in the corner in 1841 up to the most recent. The old clips are in this first drawer at the top. There's a binder here where you look up the name, it tells you which number. And you pull the reel from here. There's different types of sizes of film. There's the 8mm, which is the thin, and 35mm, which is the wider film. The reader printer here will do scans in TIFF files that you can then email or print out. We're going to show you the different types and how to use them. Okay, to demonstrate, we're just going to use the thinner 8mm film. First step is to turn on the machine. There's a button to the side. This has been configured to use the 35mm. You can tell because of these spindles here. So you need to take this out, turn it around to make this trough thinner for the thinner film. This lens is also for the larger film. You slide that out. This is the 35 by 50. You slide that in. To load the film, there is a diagram you can see here. You stick this onto the spindle. It threads from the top, go between the white and through this trough here. Pull this whole tray out so the glass tray drops. Slide it in between there, up through the film. This feeds on top, it slides into here, and you turn it a bit. There is a box on the side that does the fast forwarding. Loading the film, push it back. You can see the image here. You know, this type of film is done in a negative, so it's white print on black. Most of the full paper film is positive, but we're going to be using this for the time being. This knob on the side will rotate the image, as you see. Down here, this will zoom. That's the blue gear. And the gray one will then focus the image. The printing area, or the scanning area, is in this black box. It's basically 8.5 by 11 and printed. But you can also use these buttons, green buttons, lit buttons, to adjust size. You can do that for the vertical and the horizontal. So now that image is going to print roughly what's in this middle space. In order to print or to scan, you go to the computer. It has to be hooked up to the computer. First, you have to turn on the microfilm reader scanner here before you turn on the program. The program that you want is Scandoll 21. The icon looks kind of like a flatbed scanner. You'll see the screen come up. Go to Scan to View. You get a second window here. This window has all the different controls that you can use. The main ones you're going to want are the resolution, the DPI. You can go from 2 to 800. 800 is going to be a significantly larger file. And adjusting the brightness. For darker ones, well, this as well, the film type, negative or positive. because this is negative film, we want to do a negative of a negative so it'll appear positive. Most of the time you'll just use positive of a positive. But with this darker, I found in practice to darken it as much as possible, and that will help with the resolution. So now we can do a scan. Hit scan. You can hear that it's... And the image then appears in the screen behind it. Behind the this first window. You can kind of see it. Here you can adjust the brightness or contrast or focus, or you didn't get all the size that you wanted. But you don't close out this top window because this will allow you to do multiple scans. You want to do another scan, so you readjust the sizing, for instance. You do a second scan. And that first scan is still underneath there. You can't see it, but when we get to the end, you'll be able to see those multiple pages. When we are ready to print or save it, you go ahead and close this window. It's important to wait, because if I would have decided, oh, I need to do another scan, I can't add another scan to this batch. So here, you can see under page, you can go to the first page, or you can do page up, page down on the keyboard. You can see the different pages. You can rotate the image, as you can see. I try to save it most of the time, save it to the desktop, just give it a name. It will save as a TIFF file. You can change it in a couple different JPEGs and whatnot. TIFFs are generally higher resolution. So like we just do this as test, click OK, it's now saved. I can go to File, Print, I can print out a copy. I can look at the go to the desktop and see our test here, and I can attach that to an email, or I can stick it in a folder that people can use. If I want to do another scan, I go then to Scan to View, and you see that it wipes out that back image. And that is roughly how you do scans for microfilm. We didn't do a good scan. We didn't adjust anything. You can do some pretty good quality depending on how good the microfilm is. You see the printouts here. Obviously this was too dark, but you can see the idea that we just scanned directly from the microfilm. And that is how you use the microfilm. To unwind it, wind the film, you just use the same knob here. You wind it, take it off, put it back in the box, and return it to its proper shelf. The larger film works the same way, except these spindles need to be wider, and it wouldn't be in a negative image. And that is how you use the microfilm.